Hi. So number 3. How's the picture on this one? Let's see. There you go. Hello. How is it still blurry? What do you guys think? Shall I try and persevere? Yeah. Shall I give it a try? We'll see. I think what we'll do, we'll carry on, and if it goes again, then I'll reschedule for next week. Because yeah, it's getting a bit it's getting a bit frustrating, isn't it? Let's see. Oh dear. Can't even get onto this one now. What's going on? There we go. Get the chat up. Gosh, I'm really making you guys work today, aren't I? Put out the chat. Come on. There we go. Oh, third time's the charm. Gosh. Fluctuations between good and blurry. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so much drama today. I shall have to I'll have to have a look and make sure that there's no large events happening on the island for the next one, won't I? We should definitely be phoning BT though, because they're meant to get of service and we're not been getting it all weekend. It's been very frustrating. So yes. Right. Where are we? H is chatting in the background. I've died to you. Awesome. What colour did you go for? Louise says, yeah, you're back again, having a cuddle with my fur baby on the bed. Oh, bless. Yeah, my fur baby would be trying to savage me if she was down here now. She doesn't. When she's here, she wants to sleep on the fabric. There's space in Mum's fabric stash over there there's a Chiana shaped hole, and she likes to get into that and kip there. That's her thing that she likes to do. Is Lister still bugging you, Jojo, or have you has he managed to leave you alone? Pink and purple, HE, that's nice. I like it. I need to re-dye mine. My roots are starting to come through again. So much grey hair. When did that happen? I hadn't noticed that forever before. It's like grey hair. Not sure I approve of this. Right, I'm nearly there with this. I'm getting there. So yeah, where were we? What were we chatting about before it all died again? It does seem to be when there's a phone call though, doesn't it? That it just goes a bit wonky. It's not good. I mean, surely it's probably, I don't know if it's a coincidence because that's the third time it's happened. So yes, we shall see. Anyway, where were we? Somebody asked me a question because I've run out of actual just random nonsense to chat at you. So any burning questions that you've wanted me to answer? Oh, Jojo, you used a naughty word, so I had to approve your comment. Let's see. Lister was a dreamy slut and deserted me for long-suffering husband and a bag of kitty sweeties. Oh, I don't know, Solo Lita. I like Solola. I don't think that is any less awesome than Solo Lita. So, yeah. But it's one of those things, like changing your name when you've kind of built up a following with a certain name is something that you do need to think about. But yeah, Solola is awesome. I like it. I do like it. Oh, let's see. Laura has taken me at my word and it's asked me a question. That question is, Sean, what's your favorite type of cheese and why? Don't make me pick. That's mean. The one that I eat most regularly is extra mature cheddar. because it just tastes awesome with everything. But I love manchego cheese, especially. Oh, that's one of the nice things about going on holiday, is manchego cheese. Yeah. Um, now, what have you started, Laura? I'm going to sit here and just chat about cheese for half an hour. Edam, brie, camembert. Camembert, I was a late starter with camembert, but a friend brought it to a party what I had once in my house, and tried it, and it was just like, oh, I have been missing out all these years. Why is it taking me so long to get into this? But yeah, if I had to pick just one, mature cheddar, extra mature, level 5 cheddar. There you go. Cheese. Carla, hi Carla, thank you for finding the third stream. Fun times. Julie says, I kind of begun telling people that I'm online with a friend, then watching Sean. Oh, good. Well, that is what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be kind of like a hangout, kind of general have me on in the background, waffling at you whilst you guys do something productive or not, or cuddle your kitties, or attempt to knit, that kind of thing. I mean, the live hangouts are so much fun for me to do. It's really nice to see all you guys, and trying to work it so that there's a nice balance between, for the Australian peeps and the American peeps, is quite interesting. Obviously, like the kind of like European and English and kind of like South African peeps that way down, the times that work for me are going to work for you a bit better than they do for the extremes of the audience from the west coast of America to the east coast of Australia and New Zealand. So I might, when I do the next one, I might start it a little earlier. And again, if this kind of works out, although the internet is this shocking next time, then it might not. But I like the idea of kind of just spending an afternoon with you guys, doing things like this, projects like this that I might not necessarily get done otherwise, but sort of like just sitting and chatting with you for a couple of hours. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But there was a reason I started that waffle, and I can't even remember. I've lost my own train of thought from the start of a sentence to the end. That's not reassuring, is it? There was a reason. What was I saying? Let's see. Anyway, where are we? Oh yes, that you were saying. Julie was saying, which you're hanging out online with a friend. So yes, that's definitely how I see kind of these things as well. Is like hanging out with you guys is lovely, and I very much enjoy sort of sitting and chatting with you and answering your questions and things like that. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me. It is much appreciated. Let's see. Right. Where are we? Leanne says, could you have a phone line filter gone, as they are faulty and the phone rings, the internet can go. Yeah, we need to ring BT and just see what's going on, because that's the third time that's happened, that somebody's rung and it's kicked the internet off, isn't it? So we need to have a look into that. We should be ringing BT. Don't you worry. I'm just not going to do it now, because that's a really boring live stream for you guys to watch me bitch at BT. No one needs to see that. Let's see. Where are we? Did you answer the knits palazzo pant pattern? Did you answer the knits palazzo pant pattern? I did. Yes, I clearly got kicked off and didn't realise that I'd been kicked off. Knits palazzo pants, I'm not so sure on. I haven't made any at all. The one that I mentioned was the 7131 McCall's, and that has an elasticated back, so that is actually a lot easier to fit, and I really like that one. The one thing I didn't do was check the crotch depth on the pattern carefully enough, so I need to just do a tweak to the pattern to make that a little bit longer for myself, but then I'm going to make those again for sure. So but knit ones I haven't seen, or I haven't made any as yet, so sorry I can't be more helpful with that one. Karen says, we're on part 3. What happened? Someone rang. The phone rang again, and the got kicked off the internet again, Karen. Fun times. The internet hamsters are working hard this afternoon. Poor little things. Let's see. Julie says, great idea. So HSO says, Julie, great idea. So Lolita, lol, thank you. Oh my God, I love cheddar and Gouda. Oh yes, Gouda. Gouda is good. Cheese chat. Tune in for Sean this afternoon for cheese chat. I make myself laugh if nothing else. Let's see. Julie says I'm very boring when it comes to cheese. Pale Poet. Hi, Pale Poet. Thank you, Laura. Now I'm starving. Galinda Sam says you're back. I'm trying to be. So, Joe, you I don't know what you keep managing to do, but you keep asking questions that need to be approved, and there's nothing bad in them. H says, have you ever graded a pattern far above its original size? I got a free pattern with a magazine, but it's too small. No, I've never had to do that. The person you want to talk to about grading patterns is Claire from Penguin and Pear. She's very good at it. And I think she's done a video on it as well. Don't quote me on that, but I remember a while ago a video of that going up. But yeah, I haven't ever had to grade a pattern. I've been very lucky. I mean, I am very lucky that I fall into the size range of most pattern companies without having to do much tweaking, except usually in the torso length and the bust. Those are usually way off for me, but other than that, no, I've never had to do any grading. What have we got next? Laura says, mine is Stilton because when we were children, my dad called it adults cheese, i.e. not for kids. Now I can't help thinking eating Stilton is adulting. I don't like Stilton. I don't like the smell of it. I don't do stinky cheese. So that one's all yours, Laura. We won't fight over that on the when the cheese board comes around. That one's all for you. Judith says, I'm on my third pattern trace off. I'm glad that I am keeping you company and motivated. This is awesome. I'm sorry I'm blurry, but at least you can hear me. Where are we? Status. What kind of satin did you make the green gown out of that you wore at the sewing ball thing a few months ago? It was a polyester satin that I got off of eBay. I couldn't tell you more than that. It wasn't too bad to work with, actually. The insides of that dress are not good, though, so I'm not showing you those ever. Ever. I'm surprised that thing still fits as well, to be honest. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we? Gemma says, I'm currently baking for a bake sale at work. Race for life. Favorite baked good. Ooh. The thing that immediately sprung to mind then was a cherry bakewell, the Mr. Kipling's one with the icing on top. Or Danishes. Are they baked? They are. They must be. But chocolate fudge cake. Yeah. Every single time. Whenever Mum offers to make me a cake, she always says, what would you like? And she doesn't need to. It's chocolate fudge cake. Yum. Or rock cakes. Mum's rock cakes. 20 minutes and they're done. They're so good. They're so good. But they also are why my clothes don't fit me anymore, so I need to be better about eating all of the rock cakes, which is something that I do and that I shouldn't do. So yes. What are you baking for the bake sale, Gemma? What have you got in the oven? Cupcakes or a tray bake? Where are we? Julie says, I'm only an hour later than you. Yes, because you're just over that way, aren't you? Pale Poet braided and seasoned mozzarella is amazing, and gorgonzola. Yeah, again, gorgonzola. No, not so much. Thanks. That's all yours. You can have that one. What have we got here then? Status. No, I've read those. Stuart. Oh, I don't know if you saw my comment earlier, but I have finished the walkaway dress for my auntie and she loved it. I did see that. And did you post a picture on the Peeps group? If you haven't, you should. But I think you did. I think you should. You at least sent me a photo of it, and it's gorgeous. It looks great on her. So well done. That's a fab achievement, and I'm so pleased that she likes it. Julie says, unless you decide to start the stream in the middle of the night, I'll come to all of them. People can wait when Sean is live. That's awesome. Yeah, I think I might occasionally do a really late one because I know 9, 10, 11 p.m. is fairly decent-ish for Australia and America. But the trouble is I still want to do them on a Sunday, and obviously if I did it at 11 or 10 p.m. on a Sunday, for me, it's Monday morning, which is obviously work time for people in Australia. for those that go out to have full 9-to-5 jobs, or those sorts of things. So that was another reason that I haven't done that yet. I'm toying with the idea of doing one of those starting on a Saturday evening for me, so that it's Sunday morning for Australian peeps. But I don't mind varying the times of these at all, because I do want to try and make it so that everybody can come to at least one every now and again. But yes, I can understand why you wouldn't want to come to one that's in the middle of the night, because no, sleep. So where are we up to? Unless you decide, Louise says, do you sew barefoot or socks, or do you sew with your shoes on? Currently I have shoes on, but I do sew barefoot. But if it's warm like this, probably for the rest of the summer, it will be barefoot down here. But Mary Manning sent me some amazing socks in my Christmas present. They were purple and fluffy, and I tend to wear those. And then I also have some fluffy slipper boot things down there that I wear because I don't like my feet being cold, and they get cold very easily. But yeah, not in this heat, because that would be unpleasant. So all of the above, Louise. How about you? How about all of you, actually? Are you barefoot sewists, socks sewists, shoe sewists, slipper sewists? How many times can I say sewist and lisp it? My lisp is getting worse, by the way. It's really frustrating. So, right, now that I've unpicked this, I need to remember which is the middle panel. Hang on, that should be fine, easy to do. 2, so it's not this one. It is, this is the middle panel. Yes, because there's another 2 that side. So that's the next thing that I need to unpick. So yes, getting there. Let's see, where have we got to? So Lolita, funny story. One morning I was sitting in the middle of my sewing room unpicking a dress. My honey walked in to say hi, but when he saw me, he gave me a nervous smile and backed away. It's like, yeah, when you see me with a seam ripper, now is not the time. Carla says, thank you so much. I hope that was helpful, Carla. I'm sorry I don't have a better recommendation for a palazzo knit pant for you. Jojo says, can you recommend a campsite on the island? Yeah, I mean, it depends where you want to stay. If you want to stay in St. Lawrence, there's actually a campsite, you know, where Swifts and Swallows were, just around the corner from Larcoon. There's a really lovely campsite there. I have never been camping on the Isle of Wight, so I couldn't tell you. I know it's beautiful, but it doesn't have as many amenities as some of the other ones. So it depends how much you're looking for. But I'm very happy to try and give you some recommendations a bit later, Jojo, if you let me know what sort of thing you're after. But yeah, there's a very beautiful one in St. Lawrence. New Bank End Farm is the name of it. Nina says, good morning. Hi, Nina, welcome. And Jojo says, oh, for heaven's sake, sausage fingers, campsites on the island that are open in September. I think that one is open in September. But yeah, like I say, we'll have a chat about that a bit later, Jojo, because I don't know off the top of my head. Noelia, hi, talking about cheese, manchego and buffalo and mozzarella are my favourites in Tripoli Face. Yes, agree with the manchego. I've never been a fan of mozzarella cheese. I like it on pizza, obviously, because who doesn't? But by itself, yeah, not a fan. But that's good, because that means more for you. Lynn says, I have a strict shoes on at all time policy in the sewing room. Too much potential to step on a pin. Yes, when you drop a pin, it's the there's a meme, isn't there? When you drop a pin in the sewing room, it suddenly becomes a high stake game of the floor is lava and where's Waldo? But if you find Waldo, he will stab you. So I like that one. That needs to be put on a t-shirt. Noelia says, making PJ bottoms here. Marie, is it? Chocolate salt, awesome. And if you find my blog, there is a recipe for chocolate salty weirdness on there from when Ree and I made it when I was still in London, so like 8 years ago now. So yes. Carla, I'm thinking of making the Birder top pattern 6502. You'll need to tell us a little bit more than that. What's it like, Carla? Let us know what sort of style it is. Nina says, what are you working on? I am unpicking my Spoonflower 5-panel circle skirt, and I'm getting there, which is good, because it's, you know, a couple of hours into this, but we're getting there. What have we got next? Girl So Geeky, tray bakes and I've apparently challenged myself to make 7 different things. You are Superwoman, Gemma. What are you doing? The reason I asked a tray bake or cupcakes was because I keep watching all these American style shows that come out on Netflix, and they're having to do a for a bake sale, and there's a girl she's decided to make cookies, and everyone's like, no, tray bake, much easier, less work, and it's like, that's why I asked. So yummy. I'm getting hungry now. All this talk of cheese and cake. Solo Lita says, Ichi, I used to walk around the sewing room barefoot till I dropped some pins. Then I thought, as clumsy as I am, I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah. Sally Dingle, I was trying to upload my baby quilts to Etsy, which is proving to be a challenge with this internet problem. I'm starting a new business. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck. Please do, Sally. I think you're in the Peeps group, aren't you? Share your link on there. Definitely. We'd all like to see that. That would be really cool. Good luck, though. Yes. Status says, thanks for answering. Looking around for material to make Dracula cake because his one in the show is shiny and very drapey. There are so many fabric shops in Hong Kong, eBay ones in Hong Kong that are amazing. So highly recommend those, especially if you need to buy large amounts for a cosplay that is only going to be worn once or twice. That would be my idea. Cheryl Tappenden, hi, barefoot is best. Gemma says barefoot or slippers. Jojo says barefoot all the way. Glenda, barefoot. Noelia, slippers and shoe sewist. Louise says either barefoot or socks, like you, Sean, depends on the weather. Fellow lizard person here. Awesome, not just me. Yes, there is the pin thing to worry about, though. Yes. Teresa says shoes or slippers always, but I do sew in my underwear at times. Especially if you're needing to try the thing that you're making on repeatedly. I can totally appreciate that. I would probably sew in my dressing gown because main house, mum and dad, so they don't need to see that. And then also, anyone coming up to the front door, they also don't need to see me sitting here in my underwear. So, yes. Barefoot slippers. Where are we going? Diana. Hi, Diana. I don't think I've said hello to you yet, but hi and barefoot. Barefoot in summer, slippers in the winter as it's very cold near our floor. That's Julie. Jenny says, hi, Sean from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, Jenny, welcome. Isn't it very late there now? It's past midnight, isn't it? But welcome. Hi, thank you for joining us. Jojo says, get on the bake-off, Gemma. Definitely. And Genova says she sews barefoot as well. So I think I've caught up with you all now. So definite. I find sewing. I mean, when I say I've got shoes on, let's see if I can show you my shoes without flashing. I've got ballet flats on, so that tends to be what I wear majority of the time year round down here. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to sew in high heels. That would be weird. I did try that when I was working at the tunnel. I used to try dressing up and wearing my boots and all sorts of things, but then I had to take them off when I got to work, and then I'd be wandering around in my slippers or my tights, so it looked a bit weird. So I kind of very much got into the habit of wearing ballet flats for everything, which, yeah. So where are we? Jenny says, always watch your vlogs before I go to bed. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Jenny. That's really kind of you. So I'm glad that you're enjoying the channel. I mean, it's one of those things that you kind of start one of these things and you think, well, no one's going to watch that, but it's a good way of keeping a record of the stuff that I get up to over the time and things I've made. And then there's like 13,600 of you now, which is mental. Totally mental. And there's 48 of you here hanging out with me now, which is also mental. So yes. Let's see. Pale Poet, socks all the way. I always feel more cute in above the knee socks and a big sweater. Oh, I would. So many of the girls that I used to hang out with would wear over the knee socks, and they look awesome. But I can't wear them without looking really silly. I feel very strange in them. So I'm jealous of your styling abilities. And yes, I'm sure you do look very cute in those. And yeah. Let's see. Always sew. Sarah Swayze says, always sew in Birkenstocks. They're comfy and cool. How much yardage it takes for your dad's shirt, or what size? I have fish fabric that I think he would love. Oh. Right. So Dad's short-sleeved shirts take just over 3 meters of fabric. I usually buy 4, and there's enough left for me to make a camisole out of it. The long sleeve shirts definitely take 4 meters of fabric, and it's a pattern that we got from Lacala, because Lacala you can plug in the person's size and it generates an individual custom-made pattern for them. And we started off with the Lacala pattern, and then Mum's tweaked it and tweaked it and tweaked it over time so that it's got all the features that Dad wants and fits him really well. But yeah, the short sleeve shirts take about 3 meters of fabric. So yes, he's got his own stash of fabrics going on there, so don't feel the need to send him any, because he has got a lot of fabric. But fabric sounds pretty cool. And then what have we got next? Let's see. And Carla says, yes, I'm a sock sewer. Sally Dingle says, I'm usually a late night YouTube watcher too. I am, it's because my days are kind of like a little bit different. So I have my evening off in the morning because we have such crappy internet down here. If I did what most daily vloggers do, which is film all day, finish, have their evening, and then they get morning, would destroy the internet for the entire household whilst I was trying to upload my vlogs. I did try and do it initially, but it just doesn't work because I'm uploading it for everybody else in the house, which is not fair. So I kind of work a little differently to most daily vloggers, whereas I will vlog all day, finish, and then I will edit that night and upload that night. And I try to get them up, because I'm doing it that way. I try and have them go live at midnight, or 1 minute past, or the first minute of the next day. It doesn't always work, as you all know, because sometimes the upload speed is just that terrible that it doesn't happen. But so my schedule is very different to what majority of daily vloggers do, because of that reason, which is why a lot of the time when you see me, when I say good morning, it's actually not morning. It's usually sort of like after midday, 1 o'clock-ish time, because I will wake up around 8:30, 9 a.m. and then I will have my evening then. So I'll have my me time. I will watch the shows that I want to watch. I'll watch the YouTube channels that I want to watch. So I do it that way around, and that works really well. I think if I ever move somewhere where the internet is better and I don't have to worry about that, I would like to switch it back to, say, finishing the vlog at, say, 7 p.m. and then having my evenings. Because if I go out of an evening, I then have to come home and edit that when I get home, which has become quite difficult, especially given that I've been starting to date recently, because that's the last thing I want to do when I come home, is then go back to work. So yeah, it's what was the start of that question? He's a late night YouTube watcher. I keep forgetting where I started my rambles. Sorry, I'm terrible. Yeah, that's kind of like why I watch a lot of things in the morning, and why my days seem to start at midday as far as the vlogs go, because I'm having my me time in the morning, and I'm not a morning person. So that's another thing. I would much rather get up and be editing in the morning. That to me would be very appealing, because it's not a kind of too brain taxing activity that I could definitely do at that time in the morning. But it's not currently how I work or how I do things, because of the way that the internet works here. I have a little indicator bar at the bottom of the stream here that says how good the internet is, and it's flashing between 1 and 2 out of 5. So that gives you an idea of just how pants it is. How totally pants. But yeah, late night YouTube watching is awesome. Julie says, I can't get to Southampton. I'd be totally starstruck. Normally well-known people don't bother me, but you guys, blow your mind emoji. Oh, it'd be very cool if you could make it over to Southampton, but I do appreciate that there would be international travel for you to do that. So yes, I do understand. But we will. Both Gemma and I are vloggers, so I'm sure we'll be filming some of it, and I know there are some other vloggers coming as well, so there will be many kind of videos going up about it, I am sure. Let's see. Where have I got to? Cassie. Oh, hey, you're still on. It's 1:40 a.m. and just finished work. You're such a good surprise. Wow, 1:40 in the morning. Yes, today was supposed to be a nice long stream, and we've been in it. I'm going to call it a day with the next time it kicks us off. But yeah, today was kind of one of those ones where I was going to set up and do this and then